Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Lady of the Unknown Oracle. This is Sophie. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. Please take a seat and I hope that this message provides you with the clarity and guidance you need to move forward. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of your love and support. I appreciate it more than my words can express. Thank you so much. I am so grateful to you for coming back. Guys, this is going to be your February 2019 reading. I apologize for its tardiness. I have been going through a major purging period in my life, but we're back in full attack. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into your reading. Keep in mind that the reading is general, okay, and it may not reflect your current situation, but I do recommend revisiting the reading at the end of the month just in case your situation changes. If it does resonate, okay, I hope that it provides you with the clarity you need in order to move forward. This community serves to heal and encourage everyone passing through, so if you are looking for camaraderie and support, you're with the right soul family, okay, my friend? So this reading is general, okay, not necessarily for love, but it is going to read the energy overall. So if I do notice anything in particular, specifically for love or finances or anything of the sort, I will point that out. I will point those obvious shifts or obvious concentrations of energy. I will point it out. However, for the most part, I aim to provide a reading that can be applied to most life circumstances, okay, if it resonates for you. So obviously, if you're in a different place in your life and the reading doesn't really quite make very much sense, then this is not your message, all right, my dear? Let's go. Sagittarius, February 2019, please. What is the overarching theme coming in? King of Michael, King of Swords. All right, moving forward in truth, moving forward in honesty, being very decisive. Here we go. Being very decisive about something. Perhaps you're dealing with an air sign. Eight of Michael, yes, you are coming out of, the Eight of Michael is the Eight of Swords. The Three of Gabriel is the Three of Wands. So you're coming out of, there were expectations, Sag. There were expectations here. Possibly in a love relationship, right? But with the Ace of Raphael, we have the Ace of Cups, which can be a relationship or a love that you have for another person or a love that someone else has for you, but it is also internal. And since we do have the Eight of Swords, I am seeing a concentration of the inner, of your inner state, okay? A concentration of your inner development. So self-love, self-respect, exacting justice for yourself, because the King of Swords is a very just king. Can be a little bit aggressive, but only because he doesn't allow his emotions to rule his actions. So to others, it might seem like he can be a little inconsiderate, but he is not. It is just that at the moment, the decision he is making has to prioritize himself. It has to prioritize his well-being, or at the very least, the well-being of all. The King of Michael, the King of Swords, is a just person. And when you think of justice, what do you think of? You think of fairness, not just for the individual, but for the whole. So if this is not you, I am putting a lot of emphasis on the individual, because with the Eight of Michael, with the Eight of Swords, you have this self-imposed prison, a limitation that you've put on yourself. And with the Ace of Cups, we do have inner strength, right? We have inner strength. With the Three of Wands, we have expectations. So there might have been expectations that you've been disappointing yourself about. Things that you were hoping for yourself, or things that you were hoping would come in, right? With the Three of Wands, you have this expectation of things, your hard work coming back to you. You're looking to see your ships come in. So there might have been something here where you were hoping for the best. You were hoping for something to come into you, and it didn't. And in a way, you kind of blamed yourself. But you're coming into February now realizing that not only is it not your fault for things not happening the way that you want them to, but it is actually in your benefit that things don't work out. You are taking initiative and cutting things out that do not serve you anymore, and you are doing what's right by you as the individual, possibly also for you, you know, in terms of doing what's right for the whole as well. However, I'm getting a very, very heavy emphasis on the individual. This is you, Sagittarius. This is you, Saggies, where you are coming out of the Eight of Swords entrapment as the King of Swords and saying, you know what, I need to love myself more. I haven't been doing that. I've been waiting for other things to fulfill me. I've been waiting for other things to satisfy this emptiness. I've been waiting for other things to satisfy these expectations that really I should be having on myself. I can't wait for other people to do these things for me. Right? For you, for a long time, or perhaps just, you know, maybe now more than ever, you've realized that you've been putting a lot of dependence on other people fulfilling your happiness or giving you that emotional new beginning, not realizing that it all begins with you anyway. Right? And so you're approaching this now as the King of Swords. Very just, very impartial, very, very honest. And while he still sees the truth, right? He sees the truth and he doesn't ignore the emotional implications of things. In fact, he respects them. He just doesn't allow them to rule. Because the thing about emotions is that if we are not careful as human beings, what we find is that, you know, our emotions they try to keep us avoidance of stress, avoidance of fear, of lack. So if you use just your emotions alone, what you find is sometimes, or a lot of the times, depending on your experience, your emotions really lead you down a road of codependence because you become part of this cycle that perpetuates prioritizing the things that don't serve you. They just keep you from feeling fear and lack. So you find yourself in the same place because it's predictable. You find yourself dealing with the same people because even though they don't treat you right, you know, at least you know how to work around them, right? Dealing in the familiar, even when it's bad for you, because you're afraid of what a new beginning might look like, afraid to fail, afraid that you're going to end up with less than what you have, fear, 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 right? So the King of Swords says no to that. The King of Swords says, look, I know that could very well be what happens, but it's not that big of a deal. I'd rather be there than here. And so you've made a decision, Sag, in February. If you haven't yet, I understand we're over a third of the way through the month. But if that is not the transition that you've made, I see it happening. Okay, so right now, if this shift has not happened for you, you're taking inventory. But I see that it is going to come to you. You're going to come out of this self-limitation. Let's see, Sag. Yes. Let's do it. Feels good. Feels good. Yep. Knight of Swords with the strength. You're coming forward with really tough communication. And I feel like it's necessary, Sag. There's someone here, possibly a Leo, but someone who, you know, with the strength card, we have a lot of need for courage. And you don't need courage for easy things, all right? Courage happens when you're afraid of something, right? Courage isn't really courage unless there's a fear there, because courage is overcoming. It's having that fear and then doing what is right in the face of it, even though you are afraid. So there's something here that you have been afraid of confronting, something you've been afraid of dealing with, either inside or with another person or other people. But you are realizing now that you just got to do it. You just have to open your mouth and talk. You know, or maybe they've come to you. Maybe they've come to you with some tactless communication. And now you're putting your foot down and saying, look, you can't talk to me that way. Right? You're really taking initiative. You're going within. You're finding an inner strength that maybe you've been missing or you haven't really been nurturing very much until recently. And in February, you find your voice. Yes. Right now, your current energy is the moon. So you might be overcoming some fears. With the Eight of Swords, absolutely. You are overcoming fears, Sag. Yes, absolutely. You've had a lot of doubts about how to go about this situation on your mind. You've got the Knight of Wands, okay? So in your mind, you might have been building things up. You might have been building things up more than they actually are in reality. In your heart, you're ready to move on. You're trying to make a smooth transition forward. In the past, you had the Two of Pentacles. So whatever this was, you were juggling. You were juggling other things, or they've been changing. Coming in, you've got the Lovers, okay? We're going to see more about what that is. Because the thing is, the Lovers can either be a choice or it can be a soulmate relationship, a soulmate connection. So let's see. Right now you see yourself as the Seven of Swords, Sag. In your environment, you've got the Two of Cups. All of this can still be self-love. I just want to point that out. You don't have to be coupled. Okay, and you're afraid of judgment. You're afraid of judgment. Wow, wow, wow. And your potential outcome is the Four of Wands. Have no fear, okay? Have no fear. You might be afraid that somewhere along the way, some type of stability you have here is jeopardizing. You're afraid of putting your foot down because you're afraid that the stability that you've been trying to build, or the stability that is you want, is being jeopardized if you do that. However, that is not the case. I find that what's jeopardizing the whole situation even more is your Eight of Swords mentality. The fact that you're doing things out of fear, and so what you're doing is you're actually restricting communication, or you're restricting honest interaction with these people or this person. However, pointing out the obvious, with the Two of Cups and the Lovers and the Four of Wands, we have soulmate twin flame energy here. With the Judgment, we also have past life energy. With the Moon, I find myself drawn to the two wolves. Okay, to me, I'm being drawn to the couple that we have in here. With the Seven of Swords, I find that someone here is just not being honest with themselves, because we've got the Eight of Swords energy as well. So this can either be, Sag, if you have Gemini in your chart, maybe it's your, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, if this is a love situation or a self-love situation. If you have Gemini in your chart anywhere, then this is largely self-love for you. This is largely a self-love reading, where you're finally coming out of having to make really tough decisions. Here's the thing with the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers are both decision cards. However, the Two of Pentacles is a day-to-day juggling, a realization that one of the pentacles needs to drop. So in the near future, Sag, it looks like you're going to be making a really tough decision. But it looks like whatever it is you decide to drop is really lesser, right? Whatever, you're putting a lot more emphasis on this pentacle that you have to drop than it's actually worth, if that makes sense. So for example, if you zoom out of your life and you look at the big picture, what's actually happening is, for example, you're afraid, let's say that you're afraid of juggling between family responsibilities and working at this job because you're afraid that you're going to lose this job, as an example, because your heart glows more when you're with your family, which is beautiful. But at the same time, you're afraid that by having to put so much attention on your family, maybe you've called out from work a lot and what have you, you're afraid of dropping the ball at work. But what you don't realize is that if for whatever reason, if they let you go, or for whatever reason you decided to just start working from home and you dropped your job, that job, whatever that was meant to be dropped. Does that make sense? Whatever pentacle it is that you're afraid of dropping actually needs to be dropped, because while you're placing this magnifying glass on top of it and making it, and it feels so important, so significant, like if you were to drop it, some type of devastating change would happen to your life. It would actually make a very positive change, whatever this thing is that you're afraid of dropping. But you have to be honest with yourself here, Sag, because I'm seeing here you're looking at your current situation, and whatever the Two Pentacles are, you're not being completely honest with yourself. Again, you're looking. I feel like you're a little disillusioned. Okay, you're a little disillusioned. You might be fighting. Make sure that the Two Pentacles, or however many pentacles it is that you are juggling between, make sure that they all are of substance. Okay, so don't look at each reason or each pentacle as, well, this is what should matter to me, and so I'm going to drop this other pentacle because this is what shouldn't matter. No, it's not about what should matter, it's what does matter. So if you're juggling, for example, let's say that you really do enjoy work more than the relationship that you're in. And in your mind, you think to yourself, well, I don't really want to drop the relationship because at this point in my life, I should be committed. I should be settling down. I shouldn't be, so focused on work. No, screw that, okay? It's not about what you should be doing. It's about what actually makes you happy, okay? There are certain shoulds, right? So there are certain shoulds that we need to prioritize in order to get through life. Yes. Should we be making money? Cash flow, that is the currency of our day-to-day. Without it, there's very little resource that we could use in order to move forward into the future with the life that we desire, that we deserve. You know, but when it comes down to having options, and it comes down to deciding what elements come and go into your life and what nurtures your soul, it really depends. Perhaps the relationship you're in is not satisfying you. And so you need to prioritize your job more, because maybe if you put more time into your work, you get that promotion somewhere up in the higher echelons of your profession. That's where you're going to meet your soulmate. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure that you are deciding what matters to you based on what actually does resonate with you, that resonates with the core of your being, and not what other people are expecting you to think is important, what other people are expecting you to prioritize. Okay, because there's a lot of doubt here, Sag. There's a lot. You're looking at things. You're looking at what to drop. And it's been a long time coming. Okay, if it hasn't been a long time coming, it has been something that has kind of rocked your world a little bit. But I see that you are lying to yourself about what's important. Don't do that. Take an honest moment, an honest segment of your day to really sit and tell yourself that whatever is important is actually important, and be honest with yourself. You've got things that you're deciding between, and it almost feels like you're ashamed. With the Seven of Swords, it almost feels like you're ashamed. Like if you were to make the decision that resonates with your heart, a lot of other people would feel cheated out of the time and energy they put into you. But this is not about them, Sag. This is not about them. It is about you. And everyone is responsible for what they're doing in their lives too. Okay, so you can't feel bad. You can't feel bad. You could be there for them, be respectful, be loving, handle every situation that comes to you in the most elegant way possible. Be there with grace, with love, but understand that at the end of the day, you have to take initiative of your life. And whoever it is involved in your situation with you, they also are responsible for theirs. You cannot take on the pain and responsibility of other people's actions and the world on your shoulders. You can't do that to yourself. All right, Sag? I find here that you know what makes you happy, but you're afraid. In a nutshell, that's what I'm seeing. You know what you want, but you're afraid. And that's okay. If this is a relationship, okay, you've got the Two of Cups here, which is a reciprocal relationship here with the Lovers coming in. So it looks like this is in your environment. It's not currently what you are doing yet. All right? So Sag, if you are single or are with someone already, something or someone is entering your life and making you change your mind about things. Because I'm seeing here in the fears, there's something about a second chance that you're afraid of. This could be someone coming back in for you, or this could be someone that you've already decided to take a second chance with, and you're afraid that might have been a mistake. Because you're thinking now, had you not given this current person you're with a second chance, you'd be available for this new person who you have an honest connection with. I'm seeing Temperance here. All right, so there's definitely trying to find harmony. If this is you inside, right? King of Wands, Sag, this is you. You are going within and trying really hard to reestablish an inner balance. You're struggling. Whether you're single or coupled, or whether this is career, you are struggling big time with what decision is right for you. Struggling, that's what I'm talking about. Nine of Swords. You're struggling really hard, my friend. Stop it. You know what the answer is. King of Swords, that's who you are. King of Swords coming out of the Eight of Swords. You're coming out of it. That's what's coming for you, okay? This is what your situation is, right? The cards I pulled at the beginning of the spread are supposed to show what is coming for you, what is coming towards you, provided you follow your intuition and you do what you know in your heart is right for you. You will come out the King of Swords. You will come out just and victorious. But this is you right now. You're trying to go within and to reestablish a very basic harmony, either in yourself, within yourself, or with another person, or with other people with whom you are dealing. Okay, so you are currently the Moon, Wheel of Fortune. This is changing, okay? You're coming out of this. You're coming out of this, Sag. It's February 2019. You are coming out of this confusion. There's divine timing at work. So if you feel like things are kind of slipping through your fingers, like you're trying to catch everything as they fall and you're just not able to, that's because you're not supposed to. Let it happen. Whatever is happening, whatever is dissolving, whatever is changing, whatever is not matching you right now, it's happening for a reason. You have to really be grateful, okay? Right now there is a huge You have to be grateful for what's happening. This is a huge shift. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. This is a huge shift. This is a 10-card spread, and we haven't even clarified. This is a 10-card spread, and 50% of it is major arcana. All right? So be mindful. This is a very significant shift that's happening for you in February, Sag. Be grateful for what's happening right now. What's happening right now, all these mismatches, this is growth. This is what needs to happen in order for you to elevate to the next level. Remember, your potential outcome here is the 4 of Wands. So with 8 of Swords, 4 of Wands again. What's making it really difficult for you to overcome these challenges, to overcome these fears, to overcome the illusion, the self-delusion, is the fact that you have an idea of what stability looks like for you. You've been putting a lot of time and effort possibly into something, either an actual physical 3D thing, a job, a relationship, or just the ideal that you have attached to a goal that you have for your future self. Maybe up to this point, you've invested a lot of time and energy into something that you're realizing now may not actually be what you want. That's great. Because you know what? There are people who don't realize something isn't what they want until it's too late to go back and fix it. But you're here before you've actually taken any real permanent action or semi-permanent action. And you're able to come out of it and decide that you want to change course. That's great. That's really, really amazing. Good for you. That's Sag. It's hard, but it's necessary. With the 8 of Swords, you have a completion here with the 4 of Wands. You're coming out of this 8 of Swords. You're coming out of it. You're coming out of this self-delusion. What's challenging this is that you've had preconceived notions of what stability looks like, but you're coming out of it. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have divine timing and change. In your mind, the Knight of Wands, you're trying to come out of this thought pattern of lack. You're really going within, Sag. You're going within. You're going within and you're realizing something really significant about what it means to truly have nothing, to truly be alone, to truly be in lack. There's something about passion. There's a lot of love here, stability here, having to make decisions, going within and finding the answers, reestablishing harmony. You're realizing something very significant about what quality of life means. You're realizing that it's not about how many friends you have or how many lovers you have or how much money you're making. You're realizing now that it's all about passion. You're realizing that it's all about being able to look at the person you're lying next to or look at the job that you wake up to. And you're saying to yourself, I have to feel love. I have to feel passion. It has to be pulling me through. I can't be fighting every step of the way to want to like it. You know, it's not about wanting to like it. It's about naturally gravitating. It's about what resonates with you. So in your mind, you are charging forth and you are cutting through this 5 of Pentacles lack. This isolation, this loneliness, you're cutting through it because you realize with passion that there has to be something more to this. In your heart, you've got the 6 of Swords. You're already moving on out of this 8 of Swords. You're moving out. You're moving out. You're moving out of this self-imposed prison, this limitation, these belief patterns that has led you down to this very dissatisfying life. Passionless. In the recent past with the 2 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, guys, with the 6 of Swords, this is basically the same spread in reverse. You know, with the 6 of Swords here, you, in the past, here in this deck with the 6 of Swords, we don't have really a smooth transition forward, but more of taking the time to really get the facts down, right? Looking at something in a more objective way. In the recent past, you were looking at these choices that you had and saying to yourself, well, this is what I should want. This is what I should be doing. That's what you did in the past. That's why you're here. Okay? Your past actions is why you are here right now. This whole cluster right here it's the result of you living by other people's standards, essentially, Sag. You've been living by other people's standards. You looked at things in a way that didn't appeal to your heart. You're looking at things that didn't appeal to your heart, and you were saying to yourself, you know, this is what I should be doing. Remember, King of Swords. The King of Swords doesn't say, well, this is what other people want me to be doing, and so therefore, no. The King of Swords does what's right. And you know what's right? What resonates. What is best for, whatever lifts your boat, whatever lifts the tide lifts all boats, right? The King of Swords knows that in order for him to be where he needs to be, to get what he wants, he has to be able to fight for it. It's just, it's honest, honesty. The King of Swords doesn't bend to other people's rules. He doesn't say, oh, I guess you guys are right. This makes complete and total sense logically, and so therefore I will do it. He says, no, you know what is the most logical? It's for me to do what gives me happiness, what gives me love. Because when I do what resonates for me, then other people have the courage to pursue what resonates for them. And that improves everyone overall. It's not about what's doing the conventional thing or the expected thing. It's about doing the honest thing. Honesty is different. Doing what is honest and right is hard. People tend to default into this easiness of doing what's expected. The King of Swords does not do what other people expect. The King of Swords does what is right and honest. So you, in the past, did what other people wanted. I want to also say here, if you're dealing with a Gemini, this is going to be significant for you. Or if you are a Gemini, this is very significant in your journey to self-love. Okay? With the moon, we've got Pisces and Cancer as well. Otherwise, we've got all other elements, Sagittarius as well. This is you, right? So this could be very much just a self-love reading for you. But if not, this could also indicate, because we do have the Two of Cups here, a situation with in a relationship that you have with another person, if not you within yourself. Coming in, you've got the Lovers, the Ten of Wands. So if this is a relationship, okay, remember what I was saying before. If this is a relationship that you had coming in, this is a relationship that I feel you gave a second chance to. That you're realizing now that you have a new connection with somebody whose connection to you, with you, feels a lot more authentic. It's really causing a lot of stress now in this relationship you thought would be great. This could also be a karmic relationship that there's a connection there. Karmic relationships are so hard, guys. I understand. Karmic relationship, because it's a soulmate relationship. You know, it's a soulmate. It's a very harmonious connection, or at least it started that way. Very harmonious, very loving, very true, very authentic. And then what happens is when you start to learn the lessons you're supposed to learn out of this karmic relationship, it wears down and you're almost stuck in this desire to live in the past, right? You remember what you had, and so you lead forward with the hope that you can rekindle it, not realizing that once you run out of gas in the relationship, then it's outlived its lesson. It's outlived its purpose, essentially. And you want to try to pick it back up, but you realize that you can't, but it hurts you and you stay, and it's a cycle. You had the Ten of Cups. At least you want the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Here's the thing. You wanted the 10. And so you're trying to revive it with the Ace. Okay. Here, it could also be, all right, it could also be that the relationship coming in, or this person coming in, or this recognition within yourself has been a very difficult balance. But what I'm seeing here is that there's a reduction from the 10 of Cups to the Ace of Cups. So there is either a very difficult process of coming back out of what you expect versus what is, or using what you want for the future to guide what you're doing now. And it's very difficult, whatever this is. We got one more card. Four of Cups. This could be something that you've taken for granted, or it could be a missed opportunity, or it could be an opportunity you wish you didn't take. Because the person in this, and I'm noticing that this person is bored. And there is the Ace of Cups, which is this ace right here. I'm seeing that behind them is the cup, but they're not looking at it. So it could be right now, Sag, that you are in a relationship with someone with whom you desire the 10 of Cups, but there's something about this Ace of Cups that is either not reachable because it's in another person and you're afraid to leave your current connection, or because you realize that reviving this relationship would be too hard with the 10 of Wands. It would be too difficult. And so you're left wondering, what do I do now? Or this is you trying to take it back. As the individual, it could be that this is a very difficult transition. Okay, going from realizing that you want the 10, but knowing that it starts with self-love. You want the best for yourself. You want happiness. You desire and deserve bliss. But the journey to getting there is to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, making sure that you are taking care of your internal environment. And that can be really hard. 10 of Wands, you have to let go of the pressure. There's a lot of pressure on you right now to make a certain decision. If the Lovers is not a person, if the Lovers is not you, then this is the decision that you have to make, that you're realizing the 10 of Cups is your aim. But in order to do that, you have to do what you truly love with the Ace. And there's a lot of pressure here. You're kind of paralyzed in fear right now. However, the greatest part about this is that you know exactly what it is you want. These are things that you're seeing. In order to make the choice, you have to be able to see all the elements involved. And at the very least, Sag, even if you're scared, shivering in your boots, you are coming into realization of what it is you need to do in order to get your 10 of Cups, in order to be happy, in order to strive and thrive. You're realizing what you need to do, and that's great. You see yourself as the 7 of Swords with the Devil. You could either be very codependent on something, okay? This, again, with the Devil and the 8 of Swords, we have a lot of imprisonment, a lot of self-restriction, a lot of self-limitation. Either that, or if this is a soulmate relationship that you are in, there's something about it that is not good for you. There is something here that is not good for you. Perhaps you're straying, Sag. You could be straying. You could be, you know, with the 2 of Cups here and the Lovers, you might have a brand new relationship in your midst. And perhaps you've already made strides towards stepping out of your relationship. Because you want stability, but perhaps you're not getting it in the ways that you want. And so instead of making a decision, you know you need to make a decision. But it could be that you are trying to work things out with someone while you test the waters in another relationship, in another connection. Could be vice versa. You could always interchange the energies. Sagittarius cross watcher, if you are watching, you know, if you are with a Sag, this could be, you know, the energies can be reversed. This could be you. But I'm seeing some dishonesty here. Okay, this doesn't have to be love. This can be career and otherwise. Okay, there's dishonesty and it's keeping you trapped. You're not being completely honest with what's going on here. If there are multiple people involved, you could be feeling, to me, all I'm seeing here is that you're feeling trapped. And so instead of doing the hard thing, which is to make the decision, up until now, you've been just taking the easy way out. You've been avoiding making a decision. And so because you're avoiding making the decision, you're deciding that you just kind of want to have, what's the saying? You want to have your fingers in different pots, right? So instead of making the decision, you see yourself right now as really just taking the easy way out, whatever that means for you. You feel trapped. And so in order to find freedom, you're doing it in a way that's not entirely honest. If this is within yourself, it's that you've just been doing what's easy. You've just been doing what other people tell you to do and not making the hard decision of living a life that's authentic to you, because you know that would require a full course change. And that's okay. As long as you realize what you need to do, you will be better off. Okay, in the environment, you've got the 2 of Cups with the Hanged Man. You're looking at a relationship in a different way. Either that or a relationship that you could potentially be involved with is just hanging in suspension. What is this? Yeah, you're indecisive. Hold on. The Lovers, again, so remember, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Swords. So you are feeling extremely anxious about this. What I'm seeing is, if this is the situation, if this for you is the same Lovers, okay, you guys in your current relationship have been holding things off from progressing forward because you're trying to reconsider what the relationship stands for, what it means to you guys, going within and deciding whether or not the relationship really is for you. I'm getting a sense of you holding the relationship, putting the relationship on hold, because you don't want to make any commitments just yet. You guys are giving the relationship a second chance, but whatever you guys just came back from was kind of hard. And so you want to make sure that you both are on the same page, but it's almost like you both are walking on eggshells right now because you're trying to decide how you want to progress forward. From the 2 of Cups, which is starting over, will you really be able to get to the level of reciprocation that will bring you back to the Lovers? Or if this is just a decision that you are trying to make, you're looking at perhaps a romance that is like a new connection in your environment. You're trying to look at it in a different way, because before you make any kind of major decision, you need to make sure that the connection is worth the damage that will happen as a result, if that makes sense. I can't help but hear the word damages in my head. There's something very, whether it's a choice in relationships or a choice within yourself, I can't help but feel like you are afraid that whatever decision you make is going to result in major damages, either in other people or your current circumstance. It's leaving you with the Two of Swords and the Hanged Man. There is a huge holdup here on the Two of Cups. If this is you internally, there's a huge holdup on your self-love, because you're just not sure what choice to make, or you're not sure if this particular person or this particular circumstance is worth its salt. You're really looking at it and you're trying to decide whether it's worth the exchange. It feels like you're going to have to really, again, with courage, you know, there's a difficult decision that needs to be made. And it terrifies you. What is this judgment here, please? This second chance. Yeah. Communication. Hold on, let me move this, please. Let me move this really quick. Let me move this over. With the Eight of Wands. If this is a second chance with someone, you guys have been, it was drastic, okay? Whatever it was a last minute reconciliation. It was kind of like when you guys get into an argument and someone's about to walk out and you kind of drop to your knees and you're like, no, please, look, this is what we can do. We can do this. And in a way, you weren't really convinced, or the person wasn't really convinced about this reconciliation. You tried. And I think you're afraid that this communication is going to hit rock bottom. Yeah, with the that's what I'm saying. With the Five of Swords, there's a defeat here. You're afraid that this second chance really wasn't the right move, that it was too fast. The reconciliation didn't come with enough talking time. Remember that here we've got under the deck the Knight of Swords. Oh my God, and behind that is the Devil. You know, there's been a lot of really harsh communication that you've had to stand up against, or a really tough discussion that you've had to have, either with yourself or with other people or with another person. But there seems to be a recent revival, a recent reconciliation, or at the very least, a recent decision that you are afraid may have been too fast. You're afraid of being defeated. You're afraid that this is all a manipulation. Two of Cups. So this could very well be in a relationship with another person. You might feel like this reconciliation is getting in the way. You know, you've got the Two of Cups here. You've got it in your environment, but you've also got it in your fear. Clarifying Judgment. So it could be that you're afraid that whatever it was that you decided to bring back into your life is actually getting in the way of this potential. And I am here to tell you that it most definitely is. So Sagittarius, if you are in a connection with another person, and you are with another person with whom you've recently reconciled, it is getting in the way of the person in your environment. Okay, you're taking your time and you're looking at this other connection, which is understandable. However, I do see that with your fear here, it getting in the way, I find that with this Lover's card here coming in, okay, you trying to create the Ten of Cups where you now only have the Ace, because with the reconciliation, this is starting over. You reduced from the 10 to the Ace. There was a second chance given here because you strive for the 10, but what you're actually getting is a lot of pressure to achieve what feels like a futile task. There was something very integrally wrong about the relationship that you're in. If this resonates, then please take this message. However, this may not resonate for you, Sag. Okay, if this does not resonate, then this is not your message, my dear. Okay, this is not going to apply to everybody. But there is, with the Four of Cups, you've got, the Four of Cups is what changes everything in the cards that are here. The Four of Cups shows me the one cup in the back, which is what we've got here. And you don't seem to be very happy with holding on to the three you have. There's one right there that could change your whole world around. The Ace of Cups is a brand new love. In the Two of Cups, you've got a brand new love, a reciprocal relationship. One that could be blocked right now because of this lover's relationship. You're trying to, what's dividing the Two of Cups with the lovers is this holding on to something, or just not moving forward. Trying to make a decision. Okay, these are decision cards, waiting for the downloads, holding on because you don't know what to do. The Two of Cups and the Lovers to me resonates as two different love situations. If this is love for you, if not, this is self-love, and there's a decision here between pleasing others and doing what you know is right. But what you're doing right now is not providing you happiness. That is my point. What you are doing now is not providing you happiness. There's the Two of Cups here in the judgment, in the fears. You're afraid that there is something here interfering possibly with the Two of Cups. Or if this is an attempt to reconcile, you're afraid that the reconciliation is going to be a failure. You're afraid that really the reconciliation was just the result of just a really good, a really well done manipulative conversation. Because while you want to bring the Two of Cups to the Lovers, you want to bring back, you know, the reciprocation. You want to make it feel like the soulmate relationship again. Really, all that's happening is deception. You've got the Five of Swords with the Seven of Swords. The Devil. The Devil is here again at the bottom of the deck, third from the bottom. There's a lot of entrapment here. Okay, there's a lot of entrapment. You're trying to find harmony and balance in a situation that's not compatible. With the Four of Wands, yep, you've got compatibility finally. With the World, the Five of Wands, and the Six of Wands. That's beautiful. I just want to see. Two of Pentacles is reiterated. Three of Pentacles. This could be a work situation as well, or someone with whom you work. Two of Pentacles, though, there's a need. There's a need to drop a pentacle. There's a need to drop a pentacle, and you're afraid. But in your potential outcome, you've got the Four of Wands with the World card, which means complete enlightenment. By the end of February, Sag, it looks like you are going to, at the very least, understand what it is you need to do in order to eliminate the conflicting elements. You've got the Five of Wands. Let me see. Can you see? Can you see from there? With the Four of Wands, you've got the World, you've got the Five of Wands, and then the Six of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is that stability, finally, right? The Four of Wands is not the Hierophant. Okay, it's not marriage, it's not commitment. But the Four of Wands is a new solid beginning and something that you've been working hard towards. With the universe, it's going to be an enlightened decision. It's going to be a decision that is based in honesty. So if Sag, if you are at a point in your life right now where you are still not happy with your state of affairs, like if you still have that feeling that you're with the wrong person, or you still have the feeling like you're not in the right job or not studying the thing that you want, then you're not here yet. By the time you get to this Four of Wands, World, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, the Six of Wands is celebration and victory. By the time you get here, what you're going to find is that you've eliminated all conflicting elements of your life and you've achieved a place of stability and happiness. The beginning stages. So this is the immediate step right after you've decided to live a life that's more in alignment with what you want and what makes you happy. So if you are still dissatisfied, if you are still in a situation where you need to make a choice, if you are still in a situation that does not make you happy and fulfilled, where you still don't feel quite in your power yet, then you have not gotten to your outcome yet. This process for you is not over until you feel like you've won. Okay? Until you feel like you've won, you are still in the process, which is fine. Okay? It is hard. But what you really need to make sure you do right now is be completely honest with yourself, Sag. There's a need right now. Remember, with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Wands, and behind it is the Seven of Pentacles. So you've been working on something for a while now, and it seems to be something that hasn't really been what you wanted, but more like what other people wanted for you. And you're realizing now that in order to have true happiness, in order to have true peace, in order to give yourself the potential of a life that is more in alignment with you and what it is you want and what makes your heart happy, what resonates with you, you have to live a life more authentic to your desires and not to what other people want for you. People might say they have your best interest in mind, but you have your best interest in mind and you know what it is you deserve. Other people are mirrors, right? People use each other as mirrors. If someone says, well, you deserve to have a high-paying job and you deserve to have the person of your dreams and you deserve this, that's because they feel like, on the other hand, that's what they deserve. But you know what you want. Right? It makes sense on the outside to have a job that pays really well, but you want a job that you're excited to go to, right? That's what you want more than anything, is a job that you can enjoy being at, or being in a relationship that, you know, maybe people don't necessarily approve of, but that you love that person. You guys have so much in common. The connection is so live, right? That person fills you with passion. That person fills you with life. There's something more authentic about this other relationship that perhaps people don't approve of. There could be an element about the relationship or about your desire for yourself or the career you want that is just not in accordance with what other people expect for you. And that's not their problem. Okay, that's really not, it's nice for them to want what's best for you, but you know what you want. And what's best for you is what makes you happy. And what makes you happy is going to be different than the guy next to you or the girl next to you. It's all different. You deserve to be happy. And whatever happiness looks like for you is what you need to do. This right here tells me that you've been living a life that isn't in exact accordance with what it is you want. You are at a crossroads right now between what you should do, who you should choose. You've given a second chance to something or someone that you feel like is getting in the way of another opportunity. And I'm seeing that isn't case the fact, Sag. There is a decision here. You've decided to stay in a situation that does not fulfill you, and it is getting in the way of your blessing. It really is. If this is within yourself, you are cheating yourself. You are cheating yourself by living under the impression that your life needs to look a certain way. It does not. It's keeping you up at night, Sag. It's keeping you up at night. But remember, you need to come into this power of the King of Swords, who lives a life that is honest, even though it's hard. That is the way you will come out of the Eight of Swords, is by standing in your power. You are a very passionate sign, a very optimistic sign. Very optimistic, very loving. You give people the benefit of the doubt. When they tell you certain things, you want to kind of go with it because you believe in them. But right now, you really need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You see what you want. Right now, for February, it looks like the biggest obstacle for you is to make peace with the fact that what you are currently doing is not what you want to be doing. Or who you are with is not who you actually want to be with. It's who you're supposed to be with, given the time you've spent in the relationship, or the energy you've put in, or the money you've invested. This is who you should want to be with, but this isn't who you actually want to be with. And in February, it's the revelation that's going to hit you. Once you realize what stability looks like for you, you will be able to move forward in the months ahead. But right now, there's a decision. And right now, the biggest thing to expect is revelation, clarity, reevaluation of what makes you happy versus what other people think should make you happy, right? What you ought to be doing versus what it is you really, really want to be doing, and what will make you feel victorious. A life that's more authentic to you. Okay, Saggy? The Wheel of Fortune is coming for you. If you will let it change your life, it will change your life. Divine timing is at work. Synchronicities for you are at an all-time high. These are not coincidences. This person who has entered your environment is not a coincidence. The situation change between the people in your environment or your circumstances is not a coincidence. This is meant to show you something. Look at it. Meditate on it. Journal about it. Reevaluate everything. This is here for you. This is meant for you, Saggy. This is meant for you. Look at it. Really look at it. Don't let it pass you by. These are not coincidences. These are synchronicities that are here to communicate a very strong message to you. If you will let it, if you will let them, open yourself. Don't be afraid. King of Swords is your goal this month. King of Swords. Honesty and justness. Fairness. Justice, not justness. Justice. Okay? It's about you, not about them. And you can be sweet still. But you have to be firm in your resolve. Okay? Saggy, you can do it. You can do it. I know you can do it. You know you can do it. We all know you can do it. This is hard stuff, but it is good. It's excellent. It's coming for you. Okay? Saggy, thank you so much for being here. If this message resonated with you, I hope that it provided you the clarity that you needed to move forward. Okay? I love you so very much. You are strong. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are intelligent. And you know everything that you want. But you need to have faith that what you want is going to be true to you and authentic to you. Okay? I will see you guys next time. If this did resonate with you, Okay, please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. I want to know where you're at in your journey. All right, but until next time, my dears, I love you with all my heart. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time. Mwah. Bye, Saggy.